Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Historic and Architectural Review Board meeting for Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Wishing everyone a Happy New Year, belatedly. First order of business is a call to order. Second order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item is new business, appointment of chair and vice chair. Do we have a nomination for chair?
How about you?
Second or whatever we do.
Second.
Well, thank you. I remain humbled. Okay, for vice chair,
No, I think it should go to somebody else.
okay.
Constantine was the first of the three of us, right?
Yes.
He has seniority over the
He
two of
does.
us.
Yes.
I'll nominate Constantine in absentia.
Okay.
I'll second that.
I also say yay. Terry? Yay? Okay. Motion carries. Constantine, who's not with us this evening, you have been drafted, so you are now vice chair. Terry, thank you for your service. Okay. Next order of business is application for board review, HARB 2024-03, 123 West Wayne Avenue, add 2 dormers, enlarge existing dormer, add change location of windows and exterior doors. Please introduce yourself and share your plans with us.
I'll introduce you.
Okay. Well, before you make your presentation, I just want to bring up some basic background on this property. According to Radnor Township records, it is a contributing property in the historic district. It was built circa 1890. According to Radnor Historical Society's records, the historic name of this property, it's a large cottage. That's type of house. It was built circa 1882 to 1886. More so, the records note that it was likely designed by Brown, Edward, Hurst, or Brown and Day. There's no real further information on this property from Delaware County property records.
Well, thank you. That's information that I did not have. My name's Mark Hallowell. I'm the owner of the property. This property was formed into a condominium of 2 units a number of years ago by the township. So the 123 West Wayne Avenue office building I also own and have occupied that with my business since 1996. This property is, my residence is 403 Meadowbrook Avenue in St. David's. I've recently sold that property where it's under contract and we're going to be moving. And we're going to move into this, what we call a carriage house. So I've engaged Mark Stanish, our architect, to take a look at it for our use going forward as a residence. And he is an extraordinarily gifted architect that I've done lots of business with over the years, and I'm a builder. And so he's done what I think is a very sensitive, addition of dormers and an organization of the interior space towards the garden which exists. This is a property, if it were in the city, would be described as a, fabulous outdoor space. And, where it is now, it's surrounded by a parking lot. So that was the challenge, and our ask is that we, be able to organize the interior space to the garden space that's there. So this is introducing Mark Stanish, the architect. Thank you.
Hi, you can see that I've worked in the township before. I've been in front of you before for a number of things in North Wayne. So I know the process. So when we did this, we tried to remain sensitive to the existing building. It looks like a building that has been greatly altered over the years, so that didn't seem to have, although it has historic significance in its placement architecturally, if you looked at the windows, they're like, even the windows on the front, they're two different sizes and things like that. In doing this, in Mark and Patty, and I've known them for a long time, wanting to stay in the community, and he did very sensitive renovations to convert the house to an office building, and now to convert this, not to convert it, but to make it more livable for them. Right now, the second floor has very low attic-type spaces, and they want to move in there, and it's really not expanding it very much at all. Some of the floor space, it's just getting better headroom up on the second floor. So, we've done what was requested, which was, all the existing architecture around there. This building, if you look at it, is this little white building here. So it's just barely in the historic district. The green is the historic district. So if you want to move the line a little, we'll be out of it. It is surrounded by a parking lot, a major parking lot here, which is above the level of the first floor. There's a parking lot here, which is behind Domino's Pizza, and there's the parking lot for the office building here. This is the green space that Mark was talking about, just right out this way. So we're trying to get some more light and reorient it more to the green space. But it's really surrounded by these just, I was going to say dreadful parking lots. They're not any worse than any other parking lots. They're just, there's a, the pizza place has a dumpster right here. So as far as being sensitive to the surrounding architecture, it's really being sensitive to the building that, Mark owns there. And again, you can see that's the building we're talking about. That's the green space that we're talking about here. And then the parking lot comes right up to the edge here, right up to the edge here, and this is all the parking here for that area. So very much landlocked. And we're not expanding the footprint of the house at all. This is the existing conditions, and you can see what I was talking about with the windows here and here. Can't quite figure out why those windows are like that. And then there's, this I think is some type of an addition over the years. Not much has been done to the house. Some of the windows could be original windows. Some of them are not original windows. You can tell they've been, someone replaced them over the years. I don't think, Mark, you've really done any renovations to the house. And you can see from the pictures, here, and this is the area that actually the elevation that really changes the most is this, where we want to put a series of French doors here to look to the garden. You can see here, this is behind the Domino Pizza. This is what it looks like across the back here. What we're proposing to do is take this dormer and make it a little larger to be able to create a better master suite on the second floor. And on this side here, and on the opposite side here, we want to add a very similar shed dormer that this is, that they have here. And so this is what we're proposing to do is, take those two mismatched windows out and add one larger window there that's, centered completely on that area. These windows will be replaced, but they'll be replaced in kind. Same thing with this window. This is the new shed dormer that we want to add here. We're showing this here. This is the expansion of the existing shed dormer. So this is that garden side that we were talking about where we want a series of French doors to open up there and the expanded dormer. we've kept the dormer back, especially from this side where I think it makes the most impact, kept the dormer back from the edge as much as possible to still create what we needed on the second floor so that, you know, this roof line here would be, you know, stand out. On the back, here, this is where the dumpsters are here. We're changing the window here. This is going to be potentially the kitchen window. We're not quite done inside. The dormer here, you can see we're minimizing windows here because of the lack of view. And just kind of, these are all existing windows here, and we're changing the window here. This is where a new stair will be. And on this side, we're just replacing the existing window. There's a really kind of neat old door here that Mark and Patty want to keep, and we're just replacing that window. This is the new dormer that you'd see from the side. The parking lot from that tall office building is like at about this level here. And there's a big fence that will continue across here, so, you know, so there'll be a little bit more privacy.
Are you trying to create a better view of the dumpsters?
Of the dumpsters? No, my thought process was that if you look at the floor, if you look at the site plan here, again, that on this side here, the cars literally park against the building, so we don't have there's no landscaping we can add there. But I feel that even though there's a small amount here with fencing, you know, they'll put up there was a fence there I think you took down, right? It was falling down. So there'll be a 6-foot fence, and then they can landscape, so you won't see the dumpsters. And I think Mark's also requesting that they move the dumpsters out of his backyard, so.
I have two thoughts. It seems to me like with the windows that you want more light in there.
Yes.
And I can understand that and appreciate that, especially with, you know, older houses, you know, and that's something that is desired, you know, by a lot of homeowners. And in my opinion, it meets a modern need,
Right.
you know, to get light in there. I have one question, like on your plan. I was just, you know, curious, and if you could give me some clarity on this. Are you going to remove that chimney?
Yes. Right now, there's no fireplace or anything in there. It's an old chimney that's just, you know, a square with stucco on it. It doesn't really have much architectural significance, and it gives us a little bit more room downstairs, and they're going to put a different type of heating system in that it won't be required for the heating system.
Is that chimney functional at all?
I
Yes,
think,
the boiler vents through the chimney.
Okay.
It's a gas-fired boiler, but we're not going to,
Do you know if that chimney was original to the house?
I do not.
No? Okay.
there's nothing,
It probably was a stable originally, and the stable wouldn't have a fireplace in it because that would be way too dangerous during that time period when it was built. And my guess is that was added when it was converted to a residence of some sort, and they added the chimney because that was the way that heating was done then.
it doesn't, there's nothing beautiful, you know, it really is very utilitarian chimney. It's just a, you know, a square stucco, not impediment, but, you know, it just sticks up like that. There's nothing,
The chimneys that were built with the houses were ornate brickwork at the time, both in South Wayne and in North Wayne. This chimney was not built with the house, with that carriage house. It was probably cinder block.
I think it's a big improvement.
thank you. We
Really?
do too.
I guess you're gonna have to stucco the whole house to deal with all the modifications.
Right,
How
that's,
about the roof?
ex-
You'd have
ex-
to-
well, the roof, will probably just be
I'm just
asphalt
curious.
shingles again, I think.
Yeah, the roof will be, I think by the time we put the dormers in, the roof, we'll just redo the whole roof.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The dormers may require it to be, it's a pretty flat roof, so I guess there's a chance of going with metal, but you can see in the
Yeah.
photograph here, you can't even see what that, you know, what that roof is really made of, because as it gets flatter and you're on the ground looking up, you really don't see it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to accent it at all. We actually would like this to, when it's all done, people wouldn't really notice that we did a whole lot back there. We weren't trying to make a big statement with it.
Another curiosity question, I saw the for sale sign, is that the whole property or just the condominium interest of the office?
Is the office building.
Yeah. That's a
And
condo,
we're actually going to hold on to that. This was a
that makes sense.
decision that my wife and I came to move into it. So
Yeah, good,
I think we're going to take the office off the market as well.
I see.
You're shortening your commute.
Pardon?
You're shortening your commute.
Yes. Yes, by a minute or two. I'm blessed to live in Radnor Township, so we've really enjoyed our stay. 403 Meadowbrook, we were there for 40 years.
I don't have any other questions. I move for, is it certificate of appropriateness?
Okay, we have a motion for certificate of appropriateness. The motion was seconded. I also say yay.
Yay.
So unanimous. The motion carries. The board recommends a certificate of appropriateness. Thank you for presenting to us today,
Thank you.
and enjoy.
Thanks for your time, sir.
Thanks for coming in just for one thing.
I would just like to mention, because, we have two co-mascots. We have a Puffster, Rusty, Terry's dog, and we have Jeeves. He's a cat. And they were duly elected by our board. And they both have a history in Radnor Township. With Jeeves, a part of its history is that Jack Cleek, John Cleek, he died recently in December 2023 at the age of 88, I believe. And Jack Cleek served for 11 years as Radnor Township Commissioner. And he lived in Radnor Township for a total of 25 years. So he died, and Jack Cleek also served a term as president of the Radnor Board of Commissioners. So I just wanted to mention that because his daughter is the owner of Jeeves. And obviously, his daughter, Lisa, was raised in Radnor Township and is a graduate of Radnor High School. So I just wanted to mention that, that Jack Cleek has died. I suppose in my way, it's the least I could share in that regard, but. Okay, beyond that, do we have a motion to adjourn? Well, it's unanimous, but before we adjourn, I would just like to mention that the next HARB meeting is scheduled for March 6th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Applications for the March 6th meeting must be submitted on or before February 20th, 2024. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a great evening.